Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome once again to my video channel. It's a pleasure to be here once again. It's a great thing to be alive. Give glory to God for the gift of life and for giving us the opportunity to be able to say one or two things regarding the beautiful country Kenya. I just want to emphasize on a few things this evening. Um, I I started, or I began you know, to evaluate what Raila is to Kenya and what Ruto is to Kenya. I'm not biased, and I want us you know, to understand each other. I want you to listen to me with open mind. There is no sentiment involved, and I don't want you to be sentimental. I just want us to be frank, to be sincere with ourselves, and to know who is the best to lead the country, Kenya. To me personally, I've not seen anything good for Kenya that Ruto has ever supported. I have not seen why Ruto has followers. People are following him is something that I cannot comprehend. I can't understand because Ruto has not ever stood for something good for Kenya. He has never. He has not. I think everything about Ruto and Ruto's politics is just about him and himself alone. Selfish interest. I can put it that. Selfish interest. Collective goodness for the Kenya have not seen. I just want to mention few things. The very first time when Ruto, who called himself a hustler or struggler hustler, whatever he might call himself, I don't know. But this Ruto came out of the university, Nairobi University, and immediately he was in Moi's government. Immediately. And when you look at the pictures of the time, yesteryears, during the time of Moi, you will see Ruto there. He was a young man. The repeal of Section 2A of Kenyan Constitution that made Kenya a de jure one-party state. After much fight and negotiation and protest led by Raila Amolo Odinga, that section was removed. Moi was adamant he did not want that section to be removed. Ruto supported Moi. He never wanted that section to be removed from the constitution of Kenya. So he still wanted the one party state to continue. And you know why? He knew that maybe one time he was really eyeing something big and he wanted to be alone in control. If at all given the opportunity. Ruto could see, future about himself, not about Kenya, about himself. So Ruto never supported the removal of that section 2A of Kenyan constitution, old constitution. That is number one. So it means Ruto did not mean good for Kenya. He meant good for himself and for himself alone. I want us to be very, very critical about it. I want to be critical about it and I want you to be, attentive and know and study what I'm talking about. I stand to be corrected, but that was exactly the way it was. Two, thank God it was successful, but the partisan was critical, courtesy of Raila and some other, you know, people who were with him in the fight. So is that an injustice Raila has done to Kenya, or he has done justice to Kenya, or he has helped that country to attain that height at that particular time? Why the hatred for him? I don't know. That is number one. Multipartyism started in Kenya. Ruto was with Moi. Even when during the elections, YK 92 and all that, those elections of 92, the next two elections after Moi, after when the multipartyism started in Kenya, Ruto was with Moi. Ruto did not one time against anything bad that Moi did or that Moi was doing. He supported everything. He was now multipartyism. I mean, people start clamoring for new constitution. Raila was there. When the issue of devolution started, Raila was actually he was the architect of devolution of power in Kenya. No other than Raila, supported by other people. He was at the forefront. Ruto was nowhere. Ruto was not part of this. He was against devolution of power. They call it Majimboism and everything. Anataka gawanya Kenya. Anataka gawanya Kenya. Anataka gawanya Kenya. But what he wanted was devolution. It took time for people to be able to understand what devolution really means. And that is what we are enjoying today, devolution in Kenya today. Raila spearheaded it. Another good thing for Kenya. Another good thing for Kenya, Raila did. That many people, all those critics of him, they just don't want to know. They know, but they're just, they just out of hatred and tribalism, they are not acknowledging that this man actually did something good for the whole country, not for a tribe. But when you want to talk about, they want to talk about him, they call him tribal kinsman, a tribal. They call him all sort of things. Irrespective of all this that he has done and suffered and sacrificed for Kenya as a country, they never care. It means they are only thinking about themselves. Their tribesmen and their tribes. Not anything other than open mind. Let us listen to this. Open mind. No sentiment. No sentiment. Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, wherever you are watching from, if you find it, my message interesting and educative, please click the like button. Click on the like button. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to do so. Doesn't take anything. Subscribe so that you'll be notified when again we're recording, you know, a video. Ladies and gentlemen, after the issue of devolution has been successful, provinces were created. Then we started thinking about new constitution. This new constitution order started again, brought up again by the same man, Raila Amolo Odinga. He led that agitation for new constitution. Ladies and gentlemen, did this man did he do anything wrong to Kenya, or he did something good for to Kenya as a country as a whole? The answer is not perfect. We all know he did the right thing for this country, not for himself, not for his own personal self or his tribe. No, for the whole country at large. As if that was not enough, this great man, this gentleman, forged ahead to create the issue of this person machinery. Money must go down. When somebody is talking about bottom up, come on. Money must come from up there to go down to for the people down to develop. For the people there, to be able to do their businesses, you know, with a lot of security, and peacefully. This man did everything. If this man actually do not like development to go to the grassroots. The way it was during the time of Moi. Moi could only build a road anywhere, wherever he knows these people like me or they support me. Wherever anybody, if you are against him that time also, especially from Nyasa, he never wanted to. It's like it wasn't part of Kenya. It's like those places were not part of Kenya, yet they were paying taxes to the government. So he was actually doing everything. He could appoint an administrator to go and be in charge of Nyanza or in charge of Kisi or in charge of any, whoever he feels like. That is the way it was. And he gives them that money, and those people he puts in all these places are from his place, tribesmen. I can mention their names, but there's no time for that. So they don't have they are not they don't have any reason to develop those areas because those areas is not their own area. You can see how that the government of Moi actually marginalized other parts of Kenya at that particular time. This is Ruto. That is what Ruto wanted. And if there's any mistake it becomes president of Kenya, Ruto will revert Kenya back to that stage. Definitely, I can say. Now we have, you know, the issue of new constitution started with Raila here and there, with Raila here and there, fighting for new constitution. Was he fighting for new creation of new constitution for himself or for or his tribesmen or his own family or for the whole of Kenya? New constitution order for the whole country. Yet you said this man did not mean has never meant good for Kenya. For goodness sake, what was he supposed to do? To sacrifice himself and kill himself for Kenya or what? Even if he kill himself for Kenya. So people who will not appreciate him will still not appreciate him. Because it is to I always get surprised when I remember all these good things that a man single-handedly sacrificed to achieve for this nation called Kenya. Yet some people are still calling him names for goodness sake. This is somebody who is supposed to be immortalized, who is supposed to be idolized, who is supposed to be worshipped if need be. I mean, not worship as God, but to be thankful to, be grateful to this man. I can see some section of Kenya, they are not never grateful to this gentleman. Instead, they talk ill about him. And this ill is just propaganda because they cannot mention particular. Some people just call him a con man. Whom has he conned? He's never conned because he's never conned anybody. He's never stolen anybody's money. He's never stolen the money from the treasury, from the government. Never. This man has always been a very straightforward politician who has the love of Kenya at heart, for goodness sake, for crying out loud. That is Raila Amolo Odinga. He did everything and the constitution was achieved. Is that a bad thing that this man has done for that country? Wow, wow, wow. This man has done great for Kenya. And if today he wants to unite Kenya, he is right. He's the only man who can do it. And Uhuru Kenyatta realizes that. He knows Raila meant good for this country. Uhuru will not be wanting to leave Kenya and leave Kenya in a bad hand. You know, he wants to leave Kenya in safe hands. He knows who can continue the development agenda in Kenya and carry Kenya to take Kenya to greater heights. He knows, and he knows his devil. He has worked with him. You can't know him more than Uhuru. So I urge everybody, please, please support this great man. For those that want to let him transform Kenya. Together with Uhuru Kenyatta, that the much he has achieved up to this level, let Raila continue and Kenya will reach greater heights. And Kenya will not thank me today, they will thank me then. Don't thank me today. You come and thank me for my advice tomorrow because this is the man who can unite Kenya. Azimio la umoja si ya kugawanya Kenya tena, ni ya kufanya nini? Kuweka Kenya pamoja, ilikuwa nchi mzuri, maendeleo iendelea kabisa, kazi iendelea kabisa, security ikuwa kabisa very good and every other thing. This man is not looking for money. What does he want to do with your money? Nothing. It's not looking for him. He's already gotten everything. But he wants to leave a legacy. He wants to do something for Kenyans to be proud of tomorrow. Give him a chance to do that. Don't gamble with the future of Kenya. Do not gamble with the future of Kenya. A man of questionable character should not be given the chance to do so. A man that's got so many allegations in his hand, so many things, a lot of things I don't want to mention in his hand, dirty things in his hand that we know that is in public domain. Why do you want to trust the whole nation in his hand? I can bet you Kenya will be worse off than the time of war if care is not taken. But for now, the world is not for the wise. Let us think about. Let's think Azimio loudly. Think of Raila Amolo Odinga. Give him your vote, and you will thank me tomorrow. Asante Nisana, thank you very much. God bless you. God bless you.